last night.
Me too.
That showcase was incredible. The Rock Auli. Congratulations.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Ali and Dwayne opening for you.
Right?
It was amazing.
All the dancers.
The
It's incredible.
dancers.
We have an incredible choreographer
Yeah.
who choreographs for the movie
Yeah.
and also choreographed the dance last night.
Yep.
Wow, and yeah, right, amazing. And this is your first D23, I hear?
For all of us, yes.
All three of us, first time. This is incredible. It's so much fun to be here.
Amazing.
Right, right. So what have you experienced so far that you've loved?
I mean, you know, we've been working on this film for a really long time.
Yeah.
And we're in Burbank and in Vancouver, and we're kind of isolated telling this story. But to come out here and be reminded of how much people love Moana,
Right?
and to be reminded why we do this, it's just been incredible to see, like, people are so excited about seeing this film, and we're so excited to show it to them.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's incredible. The fans of Moana are the best fans in the world. So thank you all very much. And we
Yes, shout out to the fans of
Thank you.
Moana and just
Thank
fans
you.
in general.
Yeah. No, I mean, like Dana said, we do make these things, you know, together, but in isolation. And so to connect with our fans, it just puts wind in our sails. Like, we are in the final stretch finishing this movie. We are so excited about it. It is so epic. And being here with everyone is just pushing us over the finish line.
That's so wonderful. Well, we always start with a little icebreaker because we want to learn about your journey as storytellers, seeing as how it's a Storyteller Spotlight. So, tell us, what inspired you to become a storyteller? Was there a particular moment in your youth that sparked your interest?
I love reading.
Yeah.
So when I first started to read, it became the place that I escaped to. And then I learned that I love theater, and I thought, oh, maybe that's what I'll do. And then I realized that's not for me, not my journey. But I realized that I loved the escapism. I love stepping into someone else's shoes and thinking about how people feel and how they move through the world. And so I found my way to writing and filmmaking and never looked back.
Yes.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Southern California and had the lucky chance to actually go on movie studio lots when I was a kid with my dad.
Yeah.
And I went into, they were shooting actually Batman 2, and they had the whole entire the Penguin set. They were just about to shoot it, and it was the biggest stage they have at Warner Brothers. And I sat there and I'm like, I want to do this for the rest of my life, make movies. That's seriously the truth.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, as a kid, I mean, reading's great. I didn't read a ton as a kid, but I love stories. And one thing that my youngest son does, he'll say, hey, can I go play? And I'll say, well, you can't play any games. He's like, no, I'm gonna go play in my head.
Yeah.
And he just steps outside and he plays in his head. And I did that as a kid. And you were just like playing out stories, just like living fantasies. And then for me, that just grew into telling stories with other people.
Yeah, and listen, I know that Disney played a role in all of our lives, right? So was there a particular Disney movie or TV show that was your first memory that inspired you to become a storyteller?
For me, and it's very connected to Moana in a really great way, Little Mermaid,
Yeah.
Ron and John movie, it really, for whatever reason, it spoke to me. I can sing and say every word to that entire movie. I won't do it for you all, but I definitely could. That really inspired me to want to do animated films because it's special. The music is incredible. It tells the story. I fell in love with that character, and to this day, I still look back at it. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm not trying to copy you, but I think I was a kid when it was Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Lion King, and I have like such a clear memory. We always went to the same movie theater, and I can remember the drive home from each of those films, and Aladdin, and like I remember seeing my reflection in the window, like it's so clear, and just imagining myself in each of those films, and like they are childhood to me. Those stories, the jokes, the music. I had a karaoke machine and I would belt my little heart out and my dad would be like, also not your future. But here I am. I'm a storyteller and it's so exciting.
Share that.
You guys remember those clamshell VHS tapes?
Yes. The
So-
white ones?
No,
Yes,
no one
the big-
Disney
remembers.
white
The big
ones.
white ones. Oh man, I went through those as a kid, and for me, it was Jungle Book. I rewatched that thing. I wore out the tape. For me, like the comedy, the humor, and then such a delicious villain, you know, in Shere Khan. So for me, like that was the one that like really pulled me in and made me aware that like artists actually make these things. And then I started just asking as I grew older, like, who are they? Where are they? How do we do this? And ultimately, I got there. It took me a while.
You're literally here.
Yeah.
I mean, so what was that like being, you know, part of, like, how did you become a part of Moana 2 and just like the Disney family in general?
Yeah.
For me, I worked at other studios before I came to Disney.
Yeah.
And a really close family friend was the head of story on Moana, and it was very early days, Dave Pimentel. And he knew of my family. He knew my eldest daughter was named Samea. And he's like, you have to work on this, man. Like, will you come over and work on this? And so for me, that's what brought me over. And it was a gift to work on the first film, you know, because like Dana, I have Samoan heritage I'm very proud of. And so every day working on it was a way for me to tell a story, but also reconnect to part of myself.
Sure, I'll go.
I mean, I love that you both are Samoan.
Yep, we're both of Samoan descent, and my dad is from there.
Yeah.
And so I actually came to Moana 2 sort of a roundabout way. I began writing, I'm co-writing the live-action Moana with Jared Bush, who's also writing Moana 2 with me and is executive producer on Moana 2.
Jared Bush.
Jared, where are you, Jared?
He was on the stage
He
yesterday.
was.
Yeah.
He's off doing whatever now. But yeah, and so we were writing the live action film, and they were starting to work on Moana 2, and he was like, do you want to come play and see how we can, you know, expand Moana's story? And here I am today.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, and I, like Dave, worked on the first film. I was lucky enough to jump on board kind of at the end of the production. I boarded the shark head sequence, had a really fun time doing it, but it was really that test of baby Moana and the ocean that really got me, and I'm like, I have to work on this movie, so I really lobbied to get onto it. And then Dave asked me if I wanted to help him develop this just before Dana came on, and then when we all got together, we've been making this incredible story together since then.
I think that's what's so brilliant about the three of you. 3 directors, okay? That is the most beautiful example of the power of collaboration, right? Because there is no ego. Tell us about that process. How do you bring 3 creative minds together to produce something so beautiful?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the story of Moana is something we all connect with. And animation is a team sport. We all work on this together. So the idea of collaboration is natural in what we do. So to me, it happens very organically, and it's because we all want to tell the best story for Moana because she deserves it, and this character is incredible.
And I would say a testament to these two, because I was the last piece of this puzzle, and they have been nothing but gracious in bringing me in, and I've been so thankful. This is my first time in animation, to have their guidance through all of this. I've learned so much, and the movie is about connection, you know, and that is the dominant theme. It's about how we're stronger together and how we can learn from each other and we can grow. And so I think our entire crew of 600 people and the 3 of us here, it's a testament to that theme, that we're all working towards that. And it's really, we are reflecting the film as much as we can every day.
And all 3 of us, and all 600, you know,
600 people.
Yeah,
600,
back in Burbank,
a lot of people.
are all individual filmmakers and storytellers. And the thing that is so special is we all get to make something bigger than any one of us could make on our own. And so for me, like, it's been really special with our collaboration here, and then tenfold, or I can't do math.
Million.
Yeah, millionfold.
We're in animation. We're not good at math.
Don't do numbers.
So, I mean, what can you share about this film? What can we expect? We see a little sister.
I think Dave should answer that one.
Yeah. You know, very early on, we wanted to make life hard on Moana. We wanted also to show that she has grown, and that she is not the same person that we left exactly. You know, she's a leader of her people. They're thriving. And she has a sister, and her name is Simea, and it's actually a name of one of my ancestors, Simea Fua.
Oh, wow.
And my eldest daughter is also named after her, but it's spelled with an A, Samea. And so, yeah, for me, it was real special to put that in there. But also, it's a relationship I've seen in my own family with an older sibling and a younger sibling. I think there's a unique relationship that you don't see portrayed in film that often. And it also is going to make it really hard for Moana to leave.
Right.
and she's just the best character, right? She is not the same as like baby Moana. She's rambunctious. She's got an attitude, but it's the best. I think we all have had the best time working with her as a character. So much fun.
So it's so beautiful. I mean, and what I love about it is the authenticity. What research also goes into ensuring that there's cultural sensitivities and you're really celebrating the story of a people, right?
Well, the first film really set the tone with the Oceanic Trust, which is a group of a lot of consultants from across the Pacific in all different fields, from language to agriculture to the design of canoes. We work with the actual navigators that have created the resurgence of traditional navigation across the Pacific, Nainoa Thompson. And so we have an incredible group of people helping us along this journey. And then I have to say, you know, being Samoan, Dave being Samoan, having multiple people on our crew that are of Pacific descent, I think that's part of representation, is that we are by no means the experts in every single area. We don't speak for everyone, but we do have sensitivities. We do have an understanding fundamentally to what it means to be of the Pacific. So it's this extra backstop, I'd say, in creating this story that just adds extra texture and layers that you don't get when the creators of an indigenous story aren't from that region.
What are some of your favorite characters? I mean, even in the first one, but I don't know if you can give us a little teaser of like some of the characters that we're gonna see. We got the little sister. Anything else you can give us?
Moana's a crew. Sorry, Dave.
Yeah, no, I mean, you see them in the trailer. I guess we won't talk about their names,
Right.
but
I think we get to.
could we say that?
Yeah, we can
okay.
say 'em.
So there's Loto, there's Kele, and there's Moni, and there's also
Yeah, a Kakamora. We get a Kakamora to
we got a
come with
Kakamora
us.
there. But each one of them was chosen for not just entertainment. Each one of them is fun and entertaining and pushed in comedic ways, but they also represent that indigenous genius that we want to celebrate. So Kaylee is a farmer. We know where the people of Pacifica went because they took plants that don't propagate from seeds. And so an expert farmer had to take them there. So we have him on the canoe. Then we have Moni, who is the storyteller. When we think of stories, we think of stories like this, but it was actually the keeping of history.
Yes.
And so that's really important.
And he's a crazy Maui fanboy.
Super fan.
Man. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. And then there's Loto. And she is like just super genius. She's the engineer. She helped design that huge canoe that they go out on. And so each one of them we love. And they add to kind of the growth of Moana. She's not going out alone. She's going to have to manage this adventure with an entire crew.
Oh, so that's a big difference.
It's pretty big. Yeah, I mean, we saw her go off in the middle of the night in the first film and on a mission to save her people, but she was only responsible for herself and a chicken.
Oh my gosh. Who loves Hey Hey?
Yeah.
Is Hey Hey back?
Yeah, of course.
No, I mean, he might be immortal.
Yeah, Hey Hey is not going anywhere, and Pua is on the canoe this time, which is
Yes.
a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, Pua's gonna go through his own emotional journey. He like
Oh my
really wants to be
gosh.
brave, but he's not the bravest pig.
He's-
But bacon and eggs, they'll be there.
They'll be there.
Well, one thing that it's so interesting because you watch a story about Pacific Islanders, but me being of African descent, what I absolutely connected with was the ancestors.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
Yeah.
Do the ancestors come back?
Oh my
And
goodness.
let's talk about, can we
You're not ready for the way the ancestors come back in this.
okay, so I'm not ready for the way they come back, but can we actually talk about that, like the importance of the ancestors in this story?
Yeah, it's integral, and I think that's why, specifically for us, it's a true gift, you know, to work on it. The first film for me as well was something that I really connected to as a story artist on the first film. Every time we did the ancestor scene, I did it, and it was a way for me to feel like I was actually connecting with my ancestors. And so it's rare, you know, in our careers when we get these opportunities. And so we're building off of that. You guys saw that incredible whale shark in the trailer. We'll find out who that ancestor is.
Ooh,
And there will be, like, just like Dana said, like, you're not ready for all the ancestors. And of course, Grandma Tala.
Of course, Grandma. She never leaves us.
But I'd also say, like, in the Pacific, our ancestors are always with us.
Yeah.
Like, death is not the end of our connection and our story, and so we are an extension of our ancestors and our family, and we represent them. And, you know, Moana is part of that never-ending chain that we talk about in the first film, and she is building that chain into the future.
Yeah. And one thing yes, that deserves a round of applause. And I think one thing that we can all agree to is the power of is music.
Yes.
So many people who have stepped onto the spotlight over the weekend already. We'll ask them, "What's your favorite music? Like go-to music, sing-along music?" And everyone says Moana.
Nat Geo's Bertie Gregory.
That's right.
I was so excited to hear that.
Yeah.
He's like swimming with sharks and leopard seals and singing Moana.
Yes. What do you think it is about the music? And let's also talk about the, bringing the authenticity to the music and how it's an integral role to the story.
Well, first we have amazing songwriters
Yeah.
in Barlow and Bear. They 6 original songs, something like that.
Sounds right. That sounds right.
Don't quote me. But yeah, we have so many original songs, but we're building off of the first film, and Dave just went on an incredible trip to Australia to work with Te Waka and Opataya Hawaii.
Wow.
You can talk about that.
Yeah. When we talk about hearing the authenticity of the islands musically, that comes from Opataya Hawaii. And he is from an island, a tiny island north of Samoa called Tokelau. And he brings so much grounding and spirituality and mana to all the music.
All the instruments are from, they're all complete, these giant slit drums. Like, it brings a level of believability and, I guess, specificity to something you won't hear in anything else. So, yeah, It's
Right.
incredible.
Right.
And there are some really, beyond like those emotional songs, we have some funny songs that are like laugh out loud.
Yeah, we have a bunch
Jason,
of
you had a
great
big
stuff.
hand in all of those.
Yeah, I love comedy. We have an incredible new song that's about our crew, and then we have an incredibly amazing song that's obviously our Maui song, our showpiece, and it's gonna be crazy. We're still
You called it
finishing off.
bonkers earlier, and I think that's an appropriate
Yeah,
description.
for sure.
It's bonkers. So it's going to be another bonkers soundtrack. That's
Yes.
exciting. So again, magical. It is a testament to Disney's 100-year legacy of storytelling.
Yeah.
And you all are playing a role in that. How do you feel you've helped shape this brand's 100-year legacy?
I will say it's something that's very special to me. I was, inspired by the films of Walt Disney across my entire life, and I think to be part of the legacy on this film, on the first original Moana, Encanto, Zootopia, I feel genuinely this is a dream come true for me, honestly.
That's great.
I'd say, as a filmmaker, you always want to tell a story that makes an impact and has a legacy.
Right.
And it wasn't until I walked into Burbank Animation and saw the storied history on the walls, literally across the walls, that I realized that being a part of this was going to have a reach far bigger than anything I could ever do on my own, like Dave's saying. And I started crying that first day because I realized I get to be a part of Disney history. I was sitting there watching The Little Mermaid and Aladdin and Lion King and never really imagined that you can't take that away from me.
Your name is on the screen.
It's making me emotional right now.
Yeah.
Seriously.
We get to stand on the shoulders of giants, and we get to stand amongst the most talented filmmakers in the world. Like we said before, like everyone at Disney is at the top of their craft and at their art, and we get to tell these stories with them. So for me, there's also this saying that comes from Samoa that it's all together or not at all, and we get to practice that every day, and then on a bigger scale, we are part of that 100-year history, which is humbling, very humbling.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Are y'all ready for the lightning speed questions?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. If you were a Disney character, who would you be and why?
Simba.
Okay.
Hey.
Who?
Hey.
Hey. And why hey? You got to tell me.
I'm the clumsiest person I know, and I fall off things all the
That's
time.
true.
It's true.
Maui,
Maui.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious.
Yeah, we
I
all
love
saw
that
it.
character. Like, I wish I could be that.
Okay, favorite Disney go-to song. You cannot say Moana because that's already. So we're gonna do.
I want to be where
where the people are.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay. Bare necessities then.
Oh, that's right, because you love Jungle Book.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go all the way back.
What is your go-to favorite Disney movie for a cozy night in?
Cozy night in.
Yeah.
Cozy.
Cozy.
Disney includes so much now.
I know.
So, who watches?
Aladdin.
Okay.
I guess Lion King.
Yes.
I love I love it.
Moana?
Right, okay. And lastly, favorite Disney park attraction?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I need to go to Disneyland again. It's been a really long time.
Jungle River Cruise. I love it. I love the history. I love how campy it is. And I love the update.
Yes.
The tram.
Did you just say the
Long,
tram?
it's comfortable.
Like
yes.
the tram heading
Monorail
to
or
Disney?
the tram?
The tram heading to the parks.
I just keep looking at the one outside my window at the hotel.
And you
I was
just
like,
wanna
that
go
looks
there.
Oh,
really
that's the monorail.
enjoyable.
Everybody, please give it up for our incredible
everyone.
storytellers.
Thank you, everyone.
you.
Thank you for coming
Watch
out.
Moana 2 coming out this Thanksgiving.